Hello and welcome to the first beta test of Vouilly Normandy. Yes, yeah, JM Gaming has given the go-ahead for this. Did do a little tiny bit of testing. We're literally carrying on from exactly where we were, which is I did come on this I didn't publish. I was literally going to crack on. Nothing's different, any different, as in like the equipment is exactly as we had it before. Everything is where it was before. But I thought, as I said really last time, JM Game has done quite a lot. So shall we have a look first to see if we can see what we can actually see has actually changed? Can we see anything on the map that wasn't there before? Really? Yeah, have I got the... I mean, yeah, that, wow. That is amazing. Yeah, no, I've got everything switched on. Well, we can see that's definitely changed. There's something there that was not there before. There's something there that wasn't... That may have been there before. That is where the mill was. And there's definitely something there. So, first of all, let's go and see what's changed, shall we? I'm going to meet you there. Yeah, I am. I'm going to... we're going to stop recording and see what has changed. So, we could first of all have a look. I think that the village looks the same, but we'll have a bit of a look on what has changed. So it seems to me a good start, a good place to start, should I say, to see if this is as it was before, is it as it was? It is as it was, definitely. And do love the ambient noises, really is quite amazing. Yeah, so at first glance this looks the same. Let's put a bit of a spurt on. I'll put it at ×3 just to sort of like see if we can see anything that's changed. Or I suppose really I can travel equally as fast to any car if I travel at ×3, really. Ideal for having a look on a map for a bit of beta testing. Right, actually for this first one we can actually jump to this. Ooh, now that's changed somewhat. This was a slab, if you remember. Let's just turn that down to standard speed whilst we are having a look. Yes, JM Gaming has been busy. Let's take... Oh, wow. Amazing. No, I didn't think... Wow. Amazing detail. Can we sort of cheat a little? Can we sort of zoom in a little bit on the detail? We can. Amazing. Obviously no animations as of yet, although I'm sure I saw a bit of movement. No, again, no, I can't see anything like that. Sure, I doubt, but we know that almost any doesn't actually have opening doors, usually just a building that you go around. Fantastic. Wow, in 1 week. This is quite amazing. JM Gaming has had some late nights to pull this off. Absolutely. Let's have a look down here. That is a point. Did we test that last time? Yeah, I just want to be thorough for those who are... Right, okay, well that suggests that it would work. Let's have a look. Again, this is subject to change, but it really, yeah, we can see. But what that's a 2-minute job for JM Gaming to actually do that. Yeah, no, because I was going to say the map should be fine. I have updated. I've literally put the one that I downloaded afresh. Obviously, although there wouldn't be any changes if I hadn't done this. I'm going to stop recording. I am going to pop over to where we can see here. It probably would have been better to actually run across from the farm. So I'm going to, we're going to go and visit these structures and this one here. So I'm going to start the cameras when I get down there. See you shortly. Right, just so you know where I am where I said, right next to 37. There. This was again just a slab. And we now have Riva Bella. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's completed, but we certainly have got an awful lot. Enterprise de construction à de pierre. Right. Oh, so this is going to have something to do with the rock crushing photograph that J Gaming sort of showed and that I shared with you last time. So it looks like this is Establishment Pierres du Manoir. Okay. So this has obviously got something to do with these stones. I would imagine it's not, yeah, I would imagine the mechanics are not all tied in as of just yet. But you can see, yeah, you can really see. Aha, that does suggest what is going to happen with the quarrying. That is quite unique. Again, does it surprise me of J Gaming that this is the type of thing you do? Not particularly, no. I've already seen his creativity on the other maps, really, and I think like anybody, like Oxygen David, you go that a little bit extra and you sort of push yourself. If you're a bit of a perfectionist, you say, nah, I could do a little bit better on the next one. So far, everything I've seen on this map does suggest that about, yeah, the depths that JM Gaming has gone to on this, and we can see in the distance where we're going to go to next. So, do you know, yeah, I'm not going to stop the cameras and start them. We'll just scoot a little bit. Oh. Now that was there, but it's not. It wasn't like that. That was the watermill, if you remember. The watermill was just the watermill. Yeah, there was no other buildings. So we do indeed. I love the recycling that JM Gamer did on. I think, did he do it on Agres? He did. Yeah, he did it on Agres as well, for quite a big scale. I really did that was quite unique. I really did think that was quite amazing. It's down to standard. Establishment du Moulin or de Vouilly. That's water. Right, okay. That much I do remember from my French. Okay, and I love these pictures. Ustraham Rivabella. It's beginning to take shape, is it not? It really is. Fantastic. When you consider it is only a week ago since I did the alpha testing, and this is how far J Gaming has got in a week. Wow. Okay. Right, so then I believe our next stop is that way over there. We could see it, so can we escape around the edges of this? Yes, we can. Right, let's kind of have a look at this. This is the project that JM Gaming said was going to take him a couple of weeks. I would say he's pulled a couple of late nights for this one at least. Wow, even the wall. This was not here. This was just, if you remember, all this was just an empty slab of concrete. So quite amazing. Beautiful detailing. Look at that. So we have a couple of boxes. We don't know the significance of that just yet. Wow, look at the detail of the stones. That is quite amazing, because it's not breaking up and going into old style graphics. That is quite amazing. Yeah, that's really the modern type graphics. Same as the stones. These likewise are really detailed. Oh, wow. Amazing. Wow. Oh, couple. Wow, this is really quite astronomically stupendous in that length of time. Wow. Yeah, the tools of the trade. Remember, we're also badge hunting. Yeah, the scaling, JM Gaming it's always a thing with any kind of scaling. I've seen that on quite a few maps. I don't know that that's wrong though. It's just a little bit taller than myself, as in the character's head height. In fact, I haven't got third person. I uninstalled it because I very rarely used it. So for once it would be very, very useful to actually do that. I'm going the wrong way in speed. Now then, Monastery de Castille, Fabrication Vente de Fromage. I do believe this is a cheese making monastery. Absolutely is. So I would say that we're in for a treat with some cheese making monks. Say, yeah, no, that's just the beauty of the building. Yeah, the church that's been around for quite a few years. Yeah, oh wow, toadstools. Trumpets, yellow trumpets. I can't remember the proper term. Did study mushrooms a while back, so that I never got poisoned if I needed to do a bit of foraging in forest. But that is legit and absolutely spot on. It is, and we do have the boulevard. Now I think that was there. I think that's the one thing that we did see. There were no lights though last time. So yeah, we have the wall, all of these buildings, and we can see that in time we're going to be making some cheese. Now we didn't go all the way down here. Some more tools of the trade. You may well find that obviously gardens and other such things may appear, but obviously this is a work in progress. But this is 1 week on since the last time we actually saw it, so it's quite amazing. And I believe the next stop that we are going to make, were those hills always that hilly? Or has J&K been busy? they look quite different. Yeah, the next stop that I do know that I can see is different, where you can see the structures starting to take shape. So we visited that one, the watermill, we visited that one, and we visited the animal dealers, and that's always had the blue. Obviously we've not seen the productions, we're only seeing what's going to become the productions going forwards. I'd like to go and see what that is. Yeah, so I'm going to see you when I get over that side of the map. See you shortly. Wow, now this is rather a striking change. This again was just the railings, that was it. So again we have the buildings. This I do believe the sort of structure of this is very Agres Balcones, but then suits the area too, because Spain and France do share some similarities. Really, as in like, yeah, the detailing. I don't mean it's exactly the same, but it is similar. I think the wooden beams are completely different. I can't recall those being like that, but then again, this is me. I'm not the most perceptive of people. It is fantastic. It is, when you consider this has been done in 1 week. And this building is likewise, that's new. There was nothing here. Have a wreck. Right. Fantastic. Well, I think now we've seen the highlights. Oh, we haven't. Circus. Amazing pictures. Absolutely. And again, look at the wall. It's not going into... if you notice on a lot of maps, when you get that close to a wall, it's started the same as some of the rocks. They're okay from a long distance away, but as soon as you get close, they start to go all strange. Now that, I'm right, I've nearly got my nose on that, and it's still absolutely amazing graphics. So again, credits to J&K. Oh, I love the band of stone work in the middle of the house. That is a sturdy building made to last. Yeah, so again, we can see that this is in time going to be de la Mer de Rey. Okay, I may put something up when I look at this in editing to say what that was. It's Market of de la Mer. No, I'm not sure. De Rey. I'm not sure. Again, we'll have a look, and if I remember, this is me, I will put something up to actually say what that is, because it does seem highly appropriate. And just so as I remember, I put a break into the recording. at that precise second. Right, I do think it is time to get a little bit of farming done. We've seen the changes that JM Gaming has done. There's no better way to test a map, really, and especially on the main farm, than to actually get some farming done, really, to see the mechanics working. I mean, to be honest, that's why I often do my short runs on other maps, and why I'm such an idiot that it goes on so many new maps, because really, I don't mean it nasty, but I like to test. There's so many so much feedback you can find, because a lot of modders won't touch maps for quite a while until a lot of the testing and the bugs have been squashed, you could say. But I've got to be honest. I think the modders who make maps and who make mods deserve the respect that they are due. So I do love this new mod. I've got the growth stage, and it even tells you the required ties if you look on the field info. That is quite amazing. It really is. I do like that. It really is fantastic. Right, okay then. So let's get a bit of farming done. I'm going to meet you over at the farm. See you. No, did I finish off what I was saying? Yeah, no, it is true, I did really. But just taking my hat off, figuratively, to the modders and thanking them really for all of the hard work that they all do, because whether it's JM Gaming, Oxygen David, I may sometimes not mince my words, but that doesn't mean on any thing that I ever disrespect Oxygen David. I might point something out, and Oxygen David may fix it or may not. But that doesn't mean to say I haven't got the ultimate respect for the hours, weeks and months that a map takes to actually do. And the more detailed the modder like JM Gaming and Oxygen David and Black Sheep Modding do, they are true masters. Yes, I've got to put Zero White up there as well, I've got to be honest. His green... I've literally started to post it. I'd just got COVID, just came off COVID, and I did a series on that. I'd love to do a full-blooded... It's not set in anywhere, although it's got an awful American feel. I don't mean awful as in bad, I mean it feels very American, but also with bits of Europe in it as well. It really... It reminded me of everywhere in the world all at once, which was quite a formidable feat. So yeah, I mean, there are some real absolute stupendous map makers, and I'm definitely Zero Wuito, JM Gaming. I will put JM Gaming up there with him as well. I've always seen that he was going to do something special. He has already, but what I mean is that in time he will be given the respect that he's due for the work that he's actually done. And I think this one really sets him up there with some of the others. He loves his monstrous things, but this is so terribly believable. I mean, Agrez had some really hilly hills. It really does remind me of proper... I thought Agrez Balcones, and I'm going to be totally truthful here, even to JM Gaming, I thought some of it was a little bit too monstrous. I know JM Gaming loves that. This is believably monstrous. It is. It's fantastic. It is terribly believable on the way that the land falls and rises. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that there is no place on the world like Agrez Balcones, and it may well be like that in real life. I mean, I come from the Peak District, and I tell you, it is as different and varied from one village to the next, so that you can't honestly say, yeah, that it's like it's not true. Or should we jump ship to the actual fields, shall we? Yeah, right. So I believe we were actually going to set this going. So I think that's probably... You can see the course is already laid, and we are going to set this now. Then, is canola being... Yeah, have I got my... I would have thought I'd have done this right. Yes, I have. Right, smash it. And that is working nicely. Right, okay. We're going to set the mower mowing. Yeah, this is where I down tools once, because you can see there was a bit of grain on the ground. It is where JM Gaming had done a grass field on top of another field. I believe that will probably now... Of course, this is all subject to things changing, so the grain that you see in there is probably... Well, we shall see. Yeah, I'm not saying anything. We're just going to set the worker going, and we shall see what we see, really. Let's have a go. Why do they always He's trying to do that. What are you trying to do? You were on this very field and the start point is on the other side, over there. Why would you try and go through the fence? Do you know, these want to go back to school to learn a sense of direction. Did we... Why did we drop that off? I must have done something. Yeah, I must have done. Let's crack on. We're going to time-lapse it. Well, I think first of all we've got to check really that this is going to work properly. Yeah, I'd like to show that on camera. Right, now we may get him to actually go the right way. Oh, it is the same driver as well. Yes, your start point is right there. And that looks like grass to me. Yes, I think we're there. Right, okay, we are busy working. The one I'm looking forward to actually showing is Field 94. I have done this in the past on JM Gaming's maps. I have done a lot of smoothing. I did it on Agres, I did it on Rombos Road. Oh, I think JM Gaming's done that. That does not look quite so severe as it did last time I was here. Still severe, and we shall see if that has any... I really am looking forward to having a go on this to see. Oh, I don't know, it maybe it is a severe. This is the only bit so far that I've seen where I've got a bit of a question mark to see how the equipment fares. The angles are alright, although I have seen on Alpenhill where if it's a little bit too rounded, you can't. Yeah, there was a very round, rotund hilltop that you could not see. My gut told me that, and I listened to it, and I wasn't surprised. It really did do exactly what I thought it would do, and I could not sew it at all. Oh, hang on a minute. We do seem to have a bit of bleeds here. Yeah, we do. Okay. Well, JM Gaming, over to you. This one's still a bit of a problem. So I think we shall stop the grass cutting as of right now. That's strange because to begin with it really was just grass. So yeah, this one's obviously we've got grain underneath. It would be rather intriguing to see if we could actually grab that off the ground and sell it. No, I'm only kidding. I really am. But yeah, that. Now, when we first looked, it was only grass. Let's just see where this happens. This is more for JM Gaming's. Yeah, to see if it's only on some of it, because when we looked over there it was only grass. Now this is very much a mix of this with starts here. Okay, JM Gaming, this is where it begins to go into grain. So yeah, we'll leave it for now because there's no point. I'm not sure what will happen if we do that, so let's just make sure that the normal planting is working. Yeah, I don't mind downing tools if it's necessary and just posting this for both yourselves to see, because it is beta testing. You don't expect anything to be spot on, but so far the canola, and yeah, you can see precision farming is working fine. The fertilizer is definitely fertilizing properly, and those seeds are definitely seeding. Let's just show you. Yeah, and that's definitely the colour of canola. It is definitely, and it's definitely. No, you can't. Can you see the growth? Yeah, you can. The growth is changing from the colour of canola to growth, the light green growth. And we can see that canola is indeed the colour of canola. Yeah, so fantastic. So what I'd like to do, yeah, we need the same one, really. That's what we need to do next. Oh. Well, why? Did I not put... No, you shouldn't have done that. Courseplay misbehaving, and I'm not going to blame JM Gaming's map for that. I've got to be honest. I have said this. It's... I don't know why it would... The stayer is not that poor that it's... So the stop line's over there. So it should have been turning around. And I've got to be honest, the headland is big enough for Courseplay to actually do that. So let's assist, shall we? That's about right. Yeah, that one's down to Courseplay. As I say, I have seen this recently quite a few times. Yeah, I don't know whether it's the change in the mechanics that Giants have done recently, because Courseplay was absolutely fine until the last change that I've seen on this. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into a bit of a time lapse. We're going to see this, and I'm going to move it then on to the next field. Trying to think, what are we going to plant? What else can we plant this time of year? We can do barley and wheat tomorrow, but it's more for a testing perspective that I'm interested to see what this is going to do. It really only needs to turn and go back down the line now. Yeah, I mean, normally they reverse a bit as well. Yeah, they'll normally do this and then they reverse back down the row and then start where... The other thing that has happened recently is that Courseplay doesn't finish the... It's not taken into consideration. We've got a... one of the big mowing machines, which takes a few seconds for it to put the mowers down. Courseplay is not the... let me show you. Yeah, because I... so it is in mowers. It is that one there. Yeah, we're lucky enough to have the Krone Big M. I can't remember its dog face. It doesn't matter. It's still the same actual bit of kit. And what's happening is it lifts its mower. It's not the only one though. I haven't noticed it on others, but it's more pronounced on the Krone because it lifts its thing and it takes a couple of seconds. Now, obviously, that's not programmed in for some reason on Courseplay. It's not lifting its thing. Now, I would have thought the timings were part of the equipment. When if you ever look at a mod and check the things, it's got an intricate set of instructions that the game follows, like timings and mechanics, physics, which is why each of the tractors turns at the rate that it actually does, and why something like the IMT has got a terrible turn rate, and why something like a Fence or a Massey is absolutely stupendous. Yeah, because they're taken from the real life models and the real life physics and mechanics, so it is quite amazing. I know I'm a geek, I admit it. Right, anyway, yes, what we're going to do is I'm going to do canola, as boring as it is. We're going to do 2 fields of canola because I just want to do the testing to see. Now look at that. Yeah, you can see that there are some real undulations, but they're not so bad. I haven't done any softening, none at all, I'm aware of. I don't think I have. If I did, I've done it on the grass field. I've not done any of these. You can see that there are like undulations, but they're only like obviously it's not affected the planter at all. Everything is spot on. It is, right. Okay, that's enough testing. Let's do this ourselves now. Yeah, and I've only got so much patience for waiting for these workers to work. They don't half faff around. They do, it's true. Right, I'm going to do the rest myself. Yeah, this field and the other. So I'm going to say my words, and we'll see you guys and gals on the other side. Now then, I'm coming at this now because this is really, we're mob testing now, so this is not a standard let's play, so it's not something I can actually forget. Now I've got to be honest, this planter is one of my favourites, but it isn't like my old tractors. I just thought I'd try the Biora, so we're going to try another Cedar in case. I would like to really show JM Gaming whether or not it's skittering a bit, but it's not the first time it's done it. The Fendt GT is really hates this. It really does a terrible job. So we need a small planter similar to the one that actually happened before. Now this, we're going to take and give ourselves the money back for this straight away because this is not legit. Yeah, we're going to buy a bag of seeds as well. Yeah, all of this will be reimbursed because this is more about, in fact, tell you what we're going to do. No, because I am going to save the game, but also we do need to, yeah, so we shall store delivery because this is just testing now. And we are going to grab a bag of seeds and have that delivered right in front of us. Just one. We are going to have a cedar. We're going to go for one of the most simple cedars that you can possibly get. Yeah, standard cedar. We're going to go for giants on purpose. We are indeed. So we're going to lease this. And yeah, we are. So I'm not a massive fan of the Nordstein. Yeah, I don't mind any other one. Okay, let's go for that one. And we are going to lease that for 2,100. Call that 2002. Yeah, I'm wanting this to be the proper Let's Play. That's the only reason I'm doing this. So I don't want there to be any cheatering going on, even though I am very much doing this. Now this is only seeding, I believe, so we're not going to see the... we can see that for the precision farming is definitely working absolutely fine now. There's nothing wrong with it. And I hope this is actually big enough to do this. I wanted to use both, but I'm not sure whether it actually will. It might be a little bit too big. Not being a massive connoisseur of 3-meter equipment. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think this is too big for it. So they've got a cultivator section as well. I think it has, hasn't it? Well then, let's have a look and make sure that one of our tractors can actually handle this. I would have thought if it's a 3-meter, you'd have thought that so no, you can't actually see that way, can you? So we want cedar. And this is 165 horsepower. Definitely not you. You sort of, it's in the range. It is. It's whether it's heavy enough. Although it's yeah, for us, I don't know if this is classed as a small or medium. It's in the range. I think this is a 135. So it's slightly, imagine it's hilly. You could really do with something that's probably 160, like the Torpedo. 170, sorry, that is, not 60. Let's have a go. How does this cope on this field? Is the skittering down to the planter that we had, or is any of it at all down to JM Gaming's field? So far, there's absolutely no skittering at all, and this is actually managing quite admirably on this. So that was down to the planter. There's nothing to do with JM Gaming. So it did actually, I've got to be honest though, it did manage to stick to the, yeah, even that really vicious bit. JM Gaming was spot on. It does, there's none of that didn't cover Alpenhill by Black Cat Modding, which is he is a fantastic modder. It's a beautiful map. But some of it still you cannot seed. Yeah, it's there's bits of it, like I said, the mountaintop that really is very difficult to actually do. Yeah, it's impossible. You'd have to take the top off the mountain, the hill that I got, to actually make it work. And I could see in the inner farmer in me was like shouting out that that's not going to work, and I was right. I did try to do a bit of grassing, and it really did fail abysmally. Yeah, I even was very nicely surprised at these dips here coming up on the left. Tiny little bit that just wouldn't take at the very bottom of that, but almost all of it is spot on. Very believable. So all of that skittering was all definitely not down to JM Gaming's field, but completely and utterly down to that planter. Now I've got to be honest, that planter, I use it a lot. It suits some tractors and it does not suit others. Say the Fendt GT is the worst casualty I've ever seen. When using that, it was absolutely vile. It missed half of the field. It was skipping, it was too high. So again, I've always said this about all tractors. Have got implements that work well with them, no matter what they are, whether it's a Challenger, even they don't all play nicely with all equipment. The H2 Studio is my favourite, the 50-foot trailer that I use a lot. It doesn't play nicely with the Challenger. No, the Challenger was dragging and bashing into the right. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how good a tractor is, it will have an Achilles heel, a piece of equipment that it just doesn't like and doesn't work with it, or a few bits of equipment. Yeah, it's true. So we can see that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the field at all. Even that's the bit that I thought would not worked absolutely spot on. There's no missing. It's all good apart from that little tiny dip. And I've got to be honest, with a dip like that, I'm not surprised. I think the Harvester likewise, you'll probably have to go straight down the hill and maybe straight up the other way to actually make that work. Yeah, and Alpenhill was the same. You had to study the land and actually work with it, which I've got to be honest, I'd imagine that was true of farming in general. I would imagine there's some fields that you can only tackle from one direction. So it is what it is. Right, well, we're going to finish this. We are, just to sort of show yourselves and JM Gaming just, you know, how good this is. This is don't get used to me using a 3-meter seeder. It's not going to happen very often, but this time we will. Yeah, that was a little bit unbearable with both tractors. Very low horsepower requirement, and for the right tractor, which is a lot, it works a treat. But neither of these are, which is typical, because these are our actual tractors in this game. So we're going to have to find at some point a tractor that actually suits that planter well, because we're not taking that out. So I mean, we could buy another tractor if we needed to. I'm quite sure there are quite a few that actually do work. Well, I know there are. I've worked with that planter a lot and with a lot of equipment, and there's not much that doesn't work. Now this is a little bit of an interesting bit. See how well it tackles this bit, because this is a little bit nasty. Spot on, absolutely spot on. No strangeness. Really was perfect. So yeah, I'm going to say my words, and we'll see you guys and gals on the other side. That is sort of what I was trying to hint at, that I thought may happen. Yeah, there was just not enough traction on this really to stop it. It was me full forwards So I think the inner farmer me definitely was actually quite right about this particular field, this particular section, when you're having to go upwards if you catch that bit. So I don't know how we're going to get out of this, because if I reset it, I'm going to lose all my seeds, and I think I'm going to have to drop that over the edge. And that is what I was on about. Yeah, the weight of that, well, actually you can see that the tractor's capable on its own, and that was all the way from there all the way down there. So I stand exonerated, but I thought that would cause issues, and I wasn't dicing with death going over there. We'd long since finished. Just going up here with the weight of the wrong kind of seed, it's only 3 metre, with it having the cultivator section as well, has caused issues. So yeah, that's something that mine do love, this little planter stroke seeder. It really is excellent, although as we say, this particular set, this has not played nicely with it, but I can cope with the skittering. I can actually do that. There you go, Jane Game, and I stand as I originally said, and I did think that would cause issues. So I was right. It's nice to be yeah, for the inner farmer, it is actually, it's nice for the inner farmer. Obviously you do play this game, you do, I keep saying about, you get these instincts, but you play it all the time. You get insights the more you use the game, if you listen to your insight, that is. Yeah, that is true. A lot of people never learn because they're not actually observing. Yeah, no, but this is playing with this. But again, this is, we saw, really wasn't that much to do with the field, it's more to do with the tractor. Now something like the Sin track, not because of its horsepower, because of the adjustable 3 points, now that would really do this very well, because you can literally lift it and raise it until it's perfect. Whereas most tractors, it's got a tiny bit of adjustment due to its why have we, oh of course, no, that one wasn't fertilising, of course. Yeah, no, that was just seeded. Okay. Right, well, now I am exonerated in my original instincts. I am going to say my words. We're going to get this field finished. Yeah, there's going to be a, no, just skip that little bit there, which I'm not surprised at. We'll have another go at it though, because again, you can take this slower. There's a couple of bits here, which I'm sure we can actually correct. Right, lapse time. Let's finish this field off. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, smashing. Job is a good one. Let's get that limed. Just so that we've done everything that we can. Yeah, let's just show you the fields. Yeah, I went over most bits, and to be honest, there's not very much that it didn't actually cover. Let's try and get a little bit closer and be a little bit steady. Yeah, there's not a lot that it didn't catch. An odd little, and I think that's my mistake, because there's nothing that indicates to me that terrain should have been missed. So obviously it was skittering. This is not you. Yeah, it was like skid training. That was. I enjoyed it. I've got to be honest. I am a bit of a weirdo for that type of thing. I actually like driving in the snow because I like to test my driving ability to an extent. Yeah, another patch there. I think I did go over that a couple of times, and yet it does look like it should be okay. So almost, yeah, even these bits here, when I went over them with the right angle, actually took that one. That one there, maybe not. There's the odd little tiny bit, and to be honest, if you look closely on almost all fields, there's often on especially hilly fields, there may well be a little tiny bit that actually doesn't take. But most of this, I went over this a couple of times, or I'd missed bits. Yeah, there's a tiny bit there. Again, maybe me, or again, there's this bit here. If you look at the field, it does go in, and yeah, it all took absolutely fine. So, yeah, that's. So I'm walking around with that like I'm actually walking around with that, and I'm not walking around with it. I'm actually. Why is that not? It's because I'm forgetting the button config. Right, let's get that. Yeah, let's get this lines, and then we've done everything we can. It would be interesting to go on to September to see. I would imagine. Are we having weeds growing? Yeah, we are. Nitrogen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There will be bits that are nitrogen bad, because obviously there were certain sections that we did with the cedar. No, we didn't pay ourselves back for the seed, so I'm going to reject that, because the seeds we did pay for. The rental of the cedar, however, that was paid for by the testing. So we'll eject those if I can get to it. Eject those. So I'm partially exonerated. I was totally right that the fall on this field is too severe, and I was also right. I did think that it would suck you over the fence, and it did. It did literally. With the cedar was well over the thing. So for J and Game and I do feel that I was actually I was right. There's no feel at all. It really was what I said was going to happen, and what I warned J and Game in the alpha testing was exactly what happened. I did think, to be honest, that we'd got away with it. I did. I mean, I went over that the first time, it was fine, but it was going back up the hill, the drag factor plus the weight of that slightly heavier cedar again. So with the wrong equipment, it will drag you straight down that that particular bit. There's a light brown sheen to the yeah, when you look in the distance, you can see. Yeah, even the grass has got like a golden sheen. That may be something the J and Gaming adjusts. I'm not sure. I can't recall ever seeing that on anything else. But it could be something that J and Gaming does differently to other map makers. But I can't recall seeing that on Agres when I did some testing on that. So yeah, that's different. So then, precision farming. Yeah, so we're going to have to... Now, I think we've got a sprayer, haven't we? So 2 canola fields, and we've not done the grass. Now, the grass was our main way of making income. Typically, the grass, the production shed and the Omatana was my le piece de la resistance. It was my way of making a little bit of cash. So, unfortunately... Right, let's drop this down. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be making the fortune that I hoped I would. No, this is definitely true. Right, now then, can we get to the 3 points? Can we eject the seeds and then send this little beaut back? And then we are going to wait till the morning, and we're going to see, make sure, yeah, testing wise, just to make sure everything is working as it actually should. Now, is it the first section? Or was it the second? Now my key compass, this has nothing to do with detach or unload. There we go, it is Y. Yeah, smashing. Okay, so that's that. We'll drop that off, and we'll also drop that off, and we'll send that back to the shop. We will, and then we are going to go through till tomorrow morning. Let's just check the sales. Oh, I do remember. Now that is interesting. It is. I think I did actually say that as well. So then we have... Yeah, let's first of all send those back. Yeah, so the heavy Amazon was too much of the field. Actually... Yes, wasn't this the very equipment that JM Gaming actually had himself? I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was the Amazon. So really, we tested with the very equipment that JM Gaming initially had for the mat, which we sort of sold and bought this particular set. And I was totally right. That actually really did crash and burn. Right, I believe. Yeah, we're going to go through to tomorrow morning. Is it this one? A little bit further back. I was going to say I could have sworn it was this one. It is indeed. So we should get weeds in the morning. We did see that, and it is August, so this is our 9 o'clock, and it's 12:53, of course, because I've spent an absolute age on this. And 9 o'clock indeed. Oh, we've let that. Yeah, we have. We've let the tanker go. My bad. Yeah, that's quite bad. That is. That was a night. Well, with the Omatana, I've got to be honest. The Omatana probably is more suitable for us anyway. Oh, and it is still there. Okay, well in that case, it is a biggie. I think we're going to take that because it's also a tractor type one. So we are going to buy that. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Let's reset that. I can't remember. I think, I don't want it delivered on the field. I can see growth and I can see weeds. So let's buy that. Tucano. No, it's not too big for us. That would be fantastic, but... Yes, so growth is happening, so that all of the mechanics of the normal farming, precision farming and everything else are all spot on. We can see the weeds quite plainly. Yeah, not terribly bad. I think we could probably mechanically weed that, looking at that. I don't think it is, it's small, so we could actually grab a mechanical wheel if we had one, but I believe we have got a sprayer. I think we have, I'm almost sure that was in our arsenal. Oh, it wasn't actually. No, we had rather again, I don't know that this set of equipment is what JM Gaming intends for the finished thing, so we could, let's just check the other field as well. We could actually, yeah, the thing is with weed sort of sprayers, you often do get the hardy pack in almost any, mind you, I say that, I've got a secret mission on Ebony Island. Yeah, I was doing a couple of episodes on Ebony Island. I've got a plan. I have, right. So I think it's this. No, it's in the middle of this field, isn't it? Yeah. But I say that now. I ran for probably almost a full year. I did one harvest, and I've gone all the way through the winter, and all the way through to basically when the harvest is. So this is the growth is perfect. Weeds small, we know it needs rolling. Often. So weeds are small, so we could lease a. It's a corn. I was going to say I've got two headers. I have one's a corn and one's a standard. So yeah, I am tempted to swap our harvester while it's got value for the slightly bigger case. Really, it's only slightly bigger. Really, we probably could only afford one header, but then we haven't really got corn at the minute, So I am tempted to do that probably next session, just so as we're rounding the equipment out. Let's have a look at weeders. I think we're going to do that next session. Yeah, I'm going to keep these... Well, it's not going to be that short, but it's not going to be mega long, because this is more about testing and showing the map, showing what is and isn't working, and all that type of thing. So weeders, mechanical weeders. But I still want it to be a little bit realistic to weeders. I have actually got a couple of very reasonable ones. I've got a Garenk 6 metre for 6,500, and it is the premium expansion, so that is a genuine Giants weeder, which is, I've got to be honest, that's a very, very good price, the Garenk pack. Yeah, no, I'd already got the ones by Wolfex modding, which is slightly cheaper. It's slightly cheaper, really, for the is it 5,003 versus 6,005? So yeah, I had this before that particular one came out. So yeah, I think we'll probably still be sticking with Wolfex modding. So yeah, we can actually get this small grow. Yeah, so it only can be used in the first grow stage, and we have the furrows. Pull that small crop in by creating furrows. Hose, pull out small and medium grown weeds between crops, improving that they can be used in the first growing stage of crops. Oh, I thought that was for potatoes, but it's part of the Grimmy pack, but it's not. Now this is one of my particular favourites. I really do love the bigger Madara Agro Sunrise. I do. I think that is it's very reasonable for a 12 metre. 29,000. I'm just going to compare it with the one that I would always go for, that I frequently use, 18,000 versus the Madara's 29. So really, got to be honest, the original Einbach is still... Oh no, that's a 12. I was looking at the 9 for 18,000. The 12 is 41. This is 29. So yeah, the Madara actually, which I have had on one mini run, that is a cracker. It really is. Tempted. What? I don't think it's a massive horsepower. No, it isn't. Our tractor could actually manage that, and we could whiz over those fields really quickly. So I'm tell you what, that's what we're going to go for. We're going to lease that for next session, and that's going to handle the wheel. Oh no, I was seeing the sprayer. I'm a terror for doing that. I look at this and I think, oh, I've got a sprayer. You know that we haven't got that at all. Yeah, so we bought the slurry tank. We'll get that repaired next session. And then we're going to go out next session. We're going to do the weeding, and then really I think all we've got to do is to go through till next year. Do we put a bit? I think we will. I think what we are going to do is we're going to stick. Now I'm not going to go. I might take my best. Yeah, that's the yellow haze I'm on about. When you go out, I've never seen that before on any other Let's Play when I'm actually doing that. It's just so that you can see that Jane game and what I'm on about. It's got a very golden thing. I've never seen that on any other map, so I don't know what that is, whether it is anything to worry about or whether it's totally okay. I've now thrown myself out on what I was actually talking about. What was I going on about? I was on about weeds and all the rest of it. Yeah, we're going to do the weeds, and then that's it. I was in there for a reason. Yeah, we're going to go for a... Now, was I near to the water, I would actually use JM Gaming's own generator. As he is, I think I'm going to go for one of Bernie's, which is fits almost any. I've never seen it do 4,800. Now, I love the Lorts, but it's a little bit strong, really. I do like these. I think these are about spot on. Yeah, I do. But we've already got plenty of sheds, so I don't really... Well, yeah, I think we have. I think for our farm, in this farmyard, that is about right. So, I'm trying to think... Yeah, that it's in like blow for blow, Bernie's. Now, I have placed multiples of Bernie's. I don't think Bernie's actually play ball They do like, it's got to be on your lands. That's one thing I'm going to say. Now I would say probably one of the very best places we could possibly fit that would be about there on the top of the hill. In real life, that would actually gain us an awful lot of wind. So yeah, that's our generator. I'm not going to put multiples. If we're going to have multiples, I will stick another of another kind down. So that's going to give us a bit of generator, but it's not really going to do anything other than bring in a bit of seed money. It's not going to make us equipment. We're not going to buy equipment, which I like in a way, because it means that it's an emergency pot that will help us out, that isn't going to like the Lords can turn the tide of a Let's Play. I often use it and start from scratch because of the cash, really to equalise the fact that we used to get 500 grand on FS19, which was difficult enough. I personally think in FS22 the equipment is dearer on the whole than FS19, which I would say that's true. So, and we get less cash on FS22 than we did on FS19, so it's sort of a reversal. So to equalise that on almost all start from scratches, because you are starting from nada, I will give myself a break. Just for anybody who watches all my Let's Plays and thinks, whoa, he always does this. I do in a way, but it's more about equalising, and I often take it away once we've done that first initial sort of time. Sometimes I leave it in, it all depends, but yeah, most of the time I'll remove it, and I might well put something, or remove it completely and take it away. I don't like relying on them. I used to rely on generators quite a lot. Always used to put 2 or 3 down, but again, they were the base game ones, and they really only bring in a bit of seed money, really. So yeah, you have to, even the big 70 grand solar panels, the natural ones, I think I had that on Greenlands, even that doesn't bring in that much that it's going to turn the tide of a Let's Play in your favour just because you've got a generator. Whereas the Lords, if you had a few months at 30 grand, it's like one of your businesses giving you, I mean, don't get me wrong, you could actually do that in real life. You could get several banks of solar panels, and you could live off the income that you get from that. Or yeah, you could, if you did enough. You could even do that in FS19 if you had a large enough pot of money in the beginning. If you sold all your farm equipment and did a massive set, I did it once. As I was testing in FS19. I sold all my farm and I put a banker just to see what it would do, how many you would need to actually make just sleeping through to make cash from that. Only just as a test. I like to test and see the boundaries of the game. But yeah, anyway, I'm digressing. We're at 128,057. So just go down the shop. I don't think, yeah, we need to come and grab these. Will I do that? Yeah, I think I will. Have we got a, we have got the toolbox, so we can actually repair this lot down at the farm. So I think next session these will be down at the farm, and we're going to get cracking straight away on weeding those fields, and then we're going to hopefully get through the entire winter. We'll keep an eye out on the, we've only got 128 grands, so if there's any like deals, it is true, I think we may take a leap of faith and sell the Russell mash. I think so, and the 2 headers, and keep our eye out for some bargains over the winter. Yeah, we've got 128 grand as well. I'd say the biggest thing we really could do with is a harvester. So yeah, we'll take those down to the farm, and we will bring that up here, and I'll get that all ready for next session, and we'll get that sold. And I say, if I need to lease for the first year, otherwise it will give us a pot that will, if we see any equipment in the second-hand sales, not just harvester, something that we really need, we will actually do that. Yeah, definitely. So all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. Look at that smoke from the chimneys. I think that is absolutely amazing. I truly do. Yeah, hats off to you, James Game. It really is a beautiful spectacle. It truly is. Very, very pleased. Issues, it's a beta test. It is, so obviously things are not exactly as I were. That's the entire reason that we're doing the testing. But JM Gaming has given permission to post the videos on YouTube for you subscribers. So it's not a closed beta. It's not me just showing JM Gaming. It just goes to show that he knows himself that there's not an awful lot wrong with the map. Just a few little wrinkles that need ironing out. So yeah, it's very close to being there. So I'm going to say goodbye for now.